Alright, time to catch up on some GAC. I've been really bad at not only doing voiceovers for GAC, but even playing GAC. I actually forgot to record my first battle against this GG. Yeah, man, I'm just all over the place, and I hate GAC. It's boring and repetitive and terrible. So, yeah, so been really busy at work. We're getting back to it now, and I really haven't had time. I really haven't had the interest, honestly. Yeah, there's just too much going on, man. Markets are all over the place. Corona spikes all over the place. Luckily, not here in the city so far, knock on wood. But yeah, man, I'm just busy and kind of over the same GAC nonsense. But then at the same time, it's like, it's free gear. How do you not join? And then if you join, how do you not at least attempt to battle here or there for Zetas and slicing mats and whatever? So I have an inner warring duality of laziness and apathy and competitiveness, wherein I have to at least try if I'm going to do something, because I really hate half-assing stuff. But whatever, I'm fucking over GAC. Yeah, so that's kind of where I have been over the last couple of weeks as my dog is burrowing into the bed. Yeah, so you see I forgot to record the first video. Either that or I might have just deleted it by accident, who knows, I'm not really sure. But it is what it is. Really happy with the Vader rework and the Luke Skywalker release. So that's been really good. Separately, unrelatedly, I got my first plus 25 mod today in a year. Came from the Kira Scoundrels event. It was a crit avoidance arrow plus 25 speed at 6E. So I am on a health set, no less. So I am very, very happy with that. First 25 plus I've gotten in over a year. The 25s have been, or the 20s even, have been rather elusive of late. Which is frustrating because, you know, I have if you ever look at my account, I have, Rose, what are you doing? I have a glut of 15 to 19s. I literally have like probably 300 of them. My account is not missing speed. It's missing some other things, but it is not missing speed. That is for shit sure. But even still, the 20s and 25s have been very rare of late. So it's very nice to see a very good crit, like an orgasmic crit avoidance arrow with plus 25. The other secondaries are, I think tenacity is one, offense is one, and I forget what the other is. But yeah, pretty good. So I'll figure out where to put that. I didn't record a video for July 4th weekend, so happy belated July 4th weekend to everybody. This weekend is Bella's 31st birthday, so I'm trying to get this video in before that. Right now she's working out in the living room. Gotta keep that figure, you know, 31, everything goes downhill. She doesn't want me to trade her in for a newer, younger model. Which might happen anyway, but whatever. Yeah, markets have been all over the place, man. Not a whole lot of news, positive news anyway, to affect the markets. Congress is supposed to be reconvening, I think, next week to figure out what they're going to do for another stimulus package. We'll see. Unemployment numbers were not as bad comparatively. I think they were actually a surprise to the upside, but I think manufacturing was shitty. So a lot of mixed news. Gilead Sciences reported remdesivir to have a 62% improvement in terms of mortality rates compared to just normal non-remdesivir treatment. So that's good. That is certainly encouraging. A number of companies are entering phases 2 and or 3 for their vaccines. So, yeah, I think things are going to be status quo for a bit. I think the market's going to trade sideways. I think people are going to be nervous with the secondary, or, well, in many cases, it's just a continuation of the first spike because these states never really shut down fully. And yeah, they're paying the price for it now. I just have a continuation of the first wave that is just a massive spike. So, oops. Probably should have thought that one through better. Knock on wood, New York has been really, really good. Despite the fact that upstate and downstate New York are very, very different ideologically and politically. So far, we're doing okay. Bellas Hospital still has about 6 COVID patients, again, down from their all-time running average high of 350, so could be a lot worse. But yeah, so we're doing okay. Yesterday, Vice President Biden said that he wants to do away with shareholder capitalism. Again, I just saw that from an article. I didn't see the actual speech that he gave, but that was certainly the headline. And if he really did say that he wants to do away with shareholder capitalism, he already lost himself the election. Because I don't really understand that. I can totally understand him wanting to do away with crony capitalism, which is still rather rampant, especially because a number of Obama-era financial regulations are slowly being unwound. So I get that if he says he wants to do away with crony capitalism or really continue the fight against crony capitalism, that I get. But to say you want to do away with shareholder capitalism, where does he think the vast majority of wealth in this country comes from? And you're not going to win an election by making everyone with $1 hate you. And there are a lot of retail investors with money in the market too. People that aren't necessarily multimillionaires, but they have money in the market for dividends, for rainy day funds, or, whatever the case or whatever their needs dictate. So to say you're going to do away with shareholder capitalism, and I take that to mean publicly traded companies. What are you going to shut down the stock market? Like, that doesn't. I didn't see the whole speech, so I don't know exactly what he meant by that. It could just be another Joe Biden, inane, senile rant. I really don't know. But yeah, just from that headline, I need to go read the full article and see if I can find the actual speech somewhere. Because he may have just had like a senior moment in saying that, because I don't really understand, especially because a lot of his money for the campaign has come from Wall Street. So he's being a fucking hypocrite if he did indeed say that, and that is indeed what he means. Yeah, it's really, in my opinion, it's a very pick your poison kind of election, more so than ever before. I thought that George W. versus John Kerry was a lesser of two evils, pick your poison election, but this one is turning out to be the mother of all pick your poison elections. So that's really sad. I don't know. Well, I got to go look that up. And if you follow the markets and if you're interested in politics and really economics at all, then I would encourage you to go see if you can find that article and that speech, the video of that speech as well, because that is certainly very alarming. Because, yeah, if that's really the case, and the Democratic Party is no different than the Republican Party in trying to pander and placate the absolute base of just, I mean, again, mirror imaged. I mean, the president often appeals to, how do I put this diplomatically, the not so most intelligent base of the Republican Party. And if Biden is really going that route, then he's appealing to the not so intelligent base of the Democratic Party. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And he wants to raise taxes, which in a vacuum I understand, but how are you going to raise taxes in the middle of, or even in the immediate aftermath of, a global pandemic that has resulted in a global financial crisis? I just don't think that that's wise. I really do not think that that is wise. A number of companies are going bankrupt already, and you want to raise corporate taxes, and we already have 11 million people unemployed. I don't know that raising corporate taxes is the best idea right now. So I don't think either of these two idiots has any idea what the fuck they're doing. So we're in for a bumpy, long ride. By the way, very clearly this JKA team did not work first Kira. So yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, Corona stocks are still doing rather well. I took a cursory look at the market today, and I think it is up slightly. The futures were pretty flat. I honestly haven't looked at it. I've been playing a lot of Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall, which I think is increasingly taking up more of my time and piquing more of my interest than Swigo is. I've gotten more content in Game of Thrones in the 4 months since Corona than I have in Swigo in years. So, yeah, there's that. And there are far fewer bugs and issues in Game of Thrones. Every now and then there's a bug, and then they patch it almost immediately, and then they compensate you for having, been locked out of the game while they fix the bug, or for the inconvenience of the bug. Something that Swigo used to be really good at under the previous administration of CG Carey. Not so much since or anymore. Thrones is really good. It's really good to be, or really easy to be free to play, as I've said ad nauseum. I really enjoy the Game of Thrones game. They just introduced guilds, which is a nice new thing. I was waiting for that. And it's only, it starts at like 15 or 16 players. And as you level up the guild, you can add more guild members. So I'm not sure how high it goes, but it's certainly much easier to herd 15, 16, 17, 20 cats as opposed to 50 cats in Swigo. Not that I dislike the 50-member guild setup in Swigo. It's just sometimes very hard. If anyone's a guild leader or an officer, you already know how hard it is to herd 50 cats at one time sometimes. Certainly during TW, TB. Sometimes people can't even get their daily 600s, which is like the minimal amount of effort required to be a guild member, in my opinion. But yeah, so Thrones is a lot of fun. I think I'm actually going to give up on this GAC here because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything with this Ray team. I definitely missed or deleted one of these videos because I'm just so far behind. I probably thought that I already did it, but whatever. It is what it is. GAC is boring as fuck. But yeah, Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall. There's a lot going on, so if you're a brand new player and you jump in there, it may seem or feel like sensory overload, which I understand because there's just a lot going on. But I like it. It's a good balance of being able to sim stuff and actually having to battle for real. So definitely check it out. Again, it's really easy to be free to play. You just have to be very discerning with what you use your leveling up materials for, or who you use your leveling up materials for or on, and your in-game currency. You get a very good amount of in-game currency every day to keep you alive. It's not like Swigo where you get pennies. So go check it out.